It's my only hope that many of you understand the amount of sellouts and clowns in the community, the number at large of the amount of people that's willing to participate in these cults and covens, and the fact that we have to keep mentioning it. It's my hope that y'all really understand this spiritual war, this spiritual battle is really about being disciplined and choosing a side and being serious about your own salvation, your own spiritual growth. When I look around every day and I see the amount of souls that's willingly participating, I can't do it justice to describe to you the active, intentional participation of a Truman Show-esque like group activity in real time, all day, every day. More and more recruits from these clowns and those cowards behind the scenes with titles and finances that want to hide the crimes and the fraud they committed. So they know no other way other than to continuously abuse their positions, titles, and resources. Imagine starting from humble beginnings and working your way up off the backs of, you know, other people. You finally reaching a level of success and you become corrupted within an entertainment business or industry or a music business or industry or religious institutions or so-called fake secret societies as a whole, and you change from being the hardworking, great work ethic individual that you were, the person who, had a balanced heart chakra, heart space, and had empathy and compassion, and you become this cold, narcissistic sociopath. Or maybe that was you all along. But imagine only reaching levels of success in order to acquiesce all of your principles and moralities and become just like the rest of the hidden devils in plain sight and go along to get along, to fit in, to achieve more success, and to be able to receive all the perks and the benefits that come with those secret organizations or those underground or underworld societies. And all it is meant to do and crafted and designed to do is to spoil and take the life force, the life essence from, otherwise innocent souls and or souls that were or had not yet been corrupted. And imagine working your way up all your career just to become corrupted, just to get corrupted and abuse and misuse your resources and your position and your titles and your authorities. Imagine every day when I see young people, old people, all ethnicities, right? Noise campaigns, right? Meatheads with muscle cars that come through in specific timing, certain timing. When you see this on a daily basis, right? And you see the amount of people and, new faces and new recruits and new dummies that join in, easily, manipulated and recruited. The extras, I call them, because the inner circle is the real cowards and clowns, the bullies that's hiding from the crimes they committed. But all the extras is getting in where they could fit in an easy payout. So it must be some type of agency, right? It must be some place where these devils and weak-minded sellouts, sheeple, signed up or get informed that they can, join and make some extra cash if they join in, the noise campaigns or the stalking routines or the bad acting and the orchestrated events and the, retarded stretching their neck and looking and all the orchestrated, events that they're sent in to do in specific timing, right? You have the ones that intentionally try to create distractions and disturbances. Then you have the quiet ones that hide behind trees and bushes, or walking their dog, or jogging. Then you add in the energy weapons by way of the phones and technology. Begin to inquire, y'all. Instead of brushing it off, thinking that it's never going to happen to you, hopefully it doesn't, because hopefully everyone is wise enough to take sound advice from the catalyst, who has the most powerful, potent spiritual team in all of existence. Hopefully the wisdom there is, well, if this earth angel was saying, yo, what happens to one is going to eventually happen to all, and this is the warning to prepare and get ourselves ready so it don't have to happen, so we adjust our thinking now and begin to adjust our thinking to come together now. And you all are doing a great job in supporting each other's products, and recognizing each other's light, recognizing each other's, gifts and abilities, and you're beginning to support each other's, products, and websites and platforms, and that's the beginning stages. But keep going, don't stop there. The next phase, the next step, is to actually begin to come together, right, and begin to build to whereas all of us as Soul Tribe are connected and together, and then we can move in unison and prepare ourselves for Michael and the rest of the archangels to give us the instructions that's necessary for us to be safely escorted off this planet. Other than that, I'm not sure how y'all think y'all going to be safely escorted off this planet. I hope y'all don't think y'all gonna light your candles in your own living room and somehow, some way, your ancestors is gonna make special arrangements just for you. If there's divine planning and a divine blueprint at play that's unfolding, then we have to adjust our way of thinking and begin merging and coming together as Soul Tribe, as the collective, as the 144,000. There's no way around it. Nobody is going to make special arrangements for you all as individuals. You all are going to have to fight and earn your way home back beyond the stars. And it's a very real thing, very real thing. Don't let anybody trick you out your spot or fool you. And please don't get caught up in these false relationships because you lack the patience and the discipline to wait and hold off for Soul Tribe to truly merge and come together, where those catalysts and those divine unions become together and form, which opens the door to other high-level soul contracts and divine unions. Please don't get with what looks shiny that's dangled in front of you just because love is in the air and you're afraid of true commitment. You're afraid of true divine unions and taking your spiritual walk and your spiritual journey to the next level. Please don't get afraid because you think somebody is trying to control you or trick you or be a charlatan or a wolf in sheep's clothing, when that could be further from the truth. When we are all being led and guided in a specific direction to be in alignment, to remain in alignment with the divine, to where we come face to face with what most of you only consider mythology or apparitions or ghosts, when these angelos or angels or Elohim or supreme advanced beings are very, 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 very real, tangible real, physical being real, incarnate real, stand before you real, and or pull you into the plane of force or the spirit realm, or either enter in your dream state real. And we all who are found worthy have a date with destiny, a date to get on these crafts and leave this physical planet before the four winds are released. When Jibrail or Gabriel blows the horn, giving the command to blow that horn, and the four winds are released, and you all are safely escorted, and the real bullies and protectors and cherubim, those righteous, disagreeable beings of the divine, come to reckon and bring retribution to those bullies and clowns who abused and misused their resources, their titles, and their positions to hurt and harm innocent souls. And now they're going to have to contend with that same energy that they put out there. And it doesn't matter their establishments, their departments, their governments, and or their technology, because at the end of the day, no matter how much reverse engineering they do, no one on this planet is a match for these advanced supreme beings that's coming to collect their children and set the record straight. The technology that they shoot down or they retrieve and work on reverse engineering is no match for the advanced technology from these much older and much ancient supreme beings. Much more advanced technology than anything they could reverse engineer. Anything they reverse engineer is no match for these beings. And preferably, in a diplomatic sense, just as there are peace treaties amongst the Galactical Confederation, it would be wise for establishments, departments, and governments to yield and seek peace, seek a compromise on their end, seek doing things the easy way and not the hard way. But because of the very nature of the Luciferians that hide behind the veil and hide behind the curtain and hide behind those who are puppeteered, their very nature and the core of them don't seek peace. They don't recognize doing things the easy way insofar as, yielding. They only seek things to be the hard way, the difficult way, not yielding, wanting to test and push and prod and push those buttons. To whereas it's already known by Archangel Michael and these divine beings in cherubim what must be done in order to reset the planet. And this is why it's already prophesied, the great and dreadful day of the Lord. Great for some and dreadful for others. Great for those who yielded and healed and, remained in alignment with the divine and remained on their divine healing path and journey and came together and had mustered up the courage to take their leap of faith and come together as soul tribe. Whereas remain cowards and hide behind the scenes and make a bunch of excuses about not having enough money or not accomplishing all of their life goals and, different, vision boards and stuff they set out that they have yet to accomplish. Making all type of excuses and even going as far as saying, well, maybe, furthering my spiritual career, I might not be equally yoked, or, just coming up with whatever they could think of that creates insecurity, that stems from insecurity, that stems from fear, that creates all type of excuses and excuse making, opposed to doing what you always supposed to do, which is check with your spirit team and your guides, your head angels or your head spirit team, your head spirit, whomever it is that you normally, as an awakened divine being, always receive your yays and nays, your yeses and your nos, your confirmations. Why not continue to check with them and say, hey, is this truly a divine being, or is this person full of shit? Is this person truly tapped in directly under Archangel Michael and the Dartat, Sekhmet, Asar, Arashtat, Isis, Anpu, Ptah, Zahutwi, Ma'at, Basastat, Gibrail? Is this person truly linked in with the most powerful, potent spiritual team in all of existence, or is this person full of shit? Is this person delusional? It's a lot of delusional people out there, y'all. There's a lot of people that claim they the second coming of this and the second coming of that. It's a lot of delusional people. We can acknowledge that. But we can also acknowledge, if you are awakened and you're in your north node, or you're on your way to your north node, and you have a strong sense of following your intuition and divine insight, then you have some ability to communicate directly with your spirit team or your head angels and those who truly love you and guide you, and they will be able to tell you, yeah, you know you're on the right path. This is the right direction you're headed, that you need to be going. These are the soul tribe people, the soul tribe members that you need to be connecting with. This is an authentic, genuine, divine being. This one over here is presenting themselves as a divine being and talking a good game and even sounding crazy at times and making up stuff. So that one is not a divine being. They'll tell you, yo, beloved spirit team, beloved angels, spirit council, is that a divine being? Nope. Oh, because they just made a video and they was talking about this, that, and the third, and they was breaking down this and they was saying all of this stuff. Is that person truly acknowledged by you all? Is that a divine being truly acknowledged by you all? Are they acknowledged by you all? Forget the debating and the arguing. We're all special and God's children. Nah, is that truly somebody that's recognized under you all? Are they on the right track underneath? Are they recognized by you all? Forget the new spiritualists that receive successes lighting their candle and they was able to make some money, and now they're independent and telling you, you're giving away your power by acknowledging your ancestors and your spirit team and yielding. And no, because truly those are the ones that I'm interested to see how they're going to arrange their safe excursion off this planet. If they're so independent and they're giving their power away by being in unison with the cosmos and the universe and their guides, and they consider that giving their power away, or they consider that Abrahamic religion, and who is going to arrange and come with the full backup and support to get you up off this planet and take you back amongst your etheric planet, take you back amongst the stars, if you're so independent of your spirit team, your guides and your guardians, those beings who are advanced, who sit high and look low, those who terraformed this planet long ago, before your consummation, your very existence, before they spliced the genetic gene pool and put in their genes and genetics and experimented with different subgroups and subspecies, tangerines and buffoons and different life forms, and re-sectioned off different regions of the planets, and you stay over here and we'll stay over there, your kind stay over here and our kind will manage over here. Before you came along and lit some candles and said some abracadabra and made some money and got a good interview and got your case dismissed, and now all of a sudden you independent and free, I ain't getting my power away, I said some abracadabra, goddamn it, and I got my case dismissed. But who's going to get you off this planet when that time comes, when prophecy unfolds, when the divine blueprint begins to unfold? Who are you connecting with? Who's going to be your bodyguards, your personal bodyguards and angels that swing that sword and say, let's this way? Who going to step off them crafts, them chariots of the divine, 7 to 12 feet tall, never been conquered, with all the shits ready to rock? Who going to escort you off this planet? Who gonna take you up and train you right above the earth in the crystal city that's cloaked, that can't be seen, in the many different crafts, huge crafts, pyramid-shaped crafts, right outside in the Lagrange point of the earth? It can't be seen because it's right in the Lagrange point, and the many different bases that's set up. Who's going to escort you? Who's coming for you? Is that when you're gonna say, oh, you know what, I think I'll compromise a little bit of my power now. Ancestors, I'm gonna light this candle. Let me look through these books. Let me lick my thumbs, switch some pages. Oh, beloved ancestors, now it's time. I'm gonna need me a ride. How are you gonna get yourself to safety when the meteorite storms and different calamities proceed to take place? Oh, you going to join these dark cults and covens? Are you going to run to them? Hey, dark cults and covens. Hey, buddies. You guys got safety somewhere? Hey, corrupt judges and magistrates and corrupt police officers. Hey, y'all. Hey, bullies and clowns, destiny swappers, devils in the community, weak-minded devils that like bullying and harassing and extracting other people's energy to create lottery tickets, to be able to pay mortgages and buy G-Wagons and red bottoms. Hey, good old devils. Do y'all have any underground basements or dungeons where y'all normally perform your rituals and, do your destiny swapping ritual? Is there any protection from you guys? Good old devils, clowns, and bullies, hating ass mofos? Nah, yo. If you have the courage and the wherewithal to stand strong, not sell your soul, not be a clown, not be a bully, not give up at the last minute, and be willing to pick up and move when it's time to move as you're guided and directed to move. You all are tapped in, right? Your third eye is open and you receive visions, downloads, and dreams, and you mean to tell me you're not traveling to different dimensions and conversing with different higher dimensional beings? You're not bouncing from reality to reality. You're not seeing the most brightest luminescent colors that has never been seen in the physical with the naked eye. That you can't describe the brightness and the luminescent colors with that third eye, and the geometric shapes and patterns that it create, and the fact that you bounce from one reality and dimension to the next. And as you're doing this, you're in contact with other dimensional beings that's offering you guidance and assistance. You're not in tune directly with your spirit team and your spirit guides, or you're not conversing and learning from them when you make your travels, your astral travels. See, me personally, I opened my third eye, but my guides closed it in 2020. And I think I made a video. I'm not sure if I posted that video. I think I have to look for it. But I opened my third eye um, back in 2020 based off videos I saw online, pressing my thumb and the pressure build up, migraines, and then at the most inconvenient time when I was still over the road as a truck driver, hadn't been asleep, all of a sudden it decides to open up with 4 hours to get up and pick up my load and get back on the road, and a whole movie projector inside my head, and I couldn't describe it or explain it. And so my thing was I wasn't able to utilize it because I didn't know what to do with it, right? All the bright colors I just finished describing and explaining, I didn't know what to do with that. I didn't know if it was about to open up a portal and thrust me, but I could tell you when it first happened, I was bouncing from different reality. And like I said, it was a movie projector while my eyes were open, but I was so tired and I was frustrated because I had to go to sleep. There's another video where I went into more detail and I was more, I expounded more on it, but my guides closed it because their intent was to get me to only focus and utilize intuition against a whole army of clowns and bullies. Intuition, right? And right before this group was made known to me, I received certain downloads, visions, and dreams. I even received a visit from certain dream walkers. And then after that, my third eye was closed. The whole time, these dummies been trying to affect it and close it and try to see, my sight when it wasn't even open. I opened it briefly and then it was closed. But what I learned and gained from that experience was I have very similar gifts as many of my beloved Soul Tribe members do. And in fact, my spirit team told me you have the same gifts plus more. Your gifts are so profound, it's not even funny. And it brought me back to my childhood when I remember certain gifts very young, at a very young age, and somehow, some way, those gifts disappearing then as well, because you have many different clairs: clairvoyance, clairaudience, claircognizance, telepathy, psychometry. You know, you have many different spiritual gifts, but the basis of all spiritual gifts is intuition. That is the building blocks, the fundamental. When you build a home, you have to clear the land and build a foundation before you do anything else, before you put up any walls, any cylinders. Before you do anything, you have to create and build your foundation. Before you put up any walls, you have to clear that land and lay your pipes and put your PVC under there, right? And put your gridiron, and then you go to build that foundation that the rest of your home or your house or estate is going to sit on or rest on. It's the similar thing when it comes to these advanced gifts or spiritual gifts. The very foundation of all spiritual gifts or advanced spiritual gifts is intuition. With that alone, you can navigate the rough waters and the rough seas and, work your way through tough challenges and remain in alignment and connected with your spirit team and the divine with intuition alone. But a lot of times for some of you, your intuition, unlike other, spiritualists, they have their gifts intact. And those gifts being intact allow them to give you, more advanced readings and, able to tap in and be able to expound further on, subject matter at hand or questions that may arise. Whereas others are guided to just learn by way of their intuition. But I'm saying all that to say, because I didn't want to get off subject. As you can hear in the background, I started this video because, we really have to take our salvation serious, coming together serious, because the amount of sellouts, weak-minded individuals in the community that gladly and happily participate and, hide behind trees and bushes and the whole stalking thing. And most people who don't experience or haven't experienced can easily be on the sideline and brush it off. And it's not important to you. But when you see it with your own eyes to this level, this volume, this magnitude, it's like, if this is what's coming or what's here or what you can expect, y'all better get y'all stuff together. Y'all better prepare and adjust your thinking now. I'm telling you, y'all better start adjusting your thinking now. And so far as the importance of coming together, working together, and creating and building our own oasis, our own environments, free and clear of these weak-minded clowns and sellouts, manipulators and bullies, those who take advantage of their titles and positions and are not good stewards over their resources and finances. But they front and pretend by doing little bit of charity here, little bit of charity there, and make sure that it's a photo op or a recording session. True giving is, without the cameras being on. There's a thing that started here in Georgia, right, where a lot of people pass out sandwiches and pass out a pair of socks, and they want to record everything. They give you a sandwich or a cup of soup. They want to record it. They want to record handing you the soup and the sandwich. They were like, and a lot of these clowns was a part of the same cult and criminal network and organization that was stalking and harassing and weaseled their way into reputable charities that been around for years or decades. And they popped up on the scene and, like anything else, weaseled their way into community centers and shelters and, took over various, departments and what have you, slapped on the T-shirts of reputable charities. And you ask them, oh, what's this right here? What's this foundation? Oh, this is such and such charity. We've been around for 13, 15 years. This is our name and our logo. That charity been around for 15 years. But the clowns and the cowards, the stalkers that's got the T-shirts on, belong to a criminal organization, a criminal network of stalkers that commit federal stalking across state lines, commit mail fraud, have your mail stolen, trying to cover up the crimes they've been committing over the past several years. Energy harvesters, recruiting new clowns and dummies to monitor and stalk and watch you and hide behind trees and bushes, and fake phony individuals that come pretending and acting all day, every day. Yeah, the reputable, organization is real, but the people wearing a T-shirt just came from another county and slapped a T-shirt on and made arrangements to weasel their way into that institution. And now you have a whole group of fraudsters that's inside a reputable organization. It's the same thing with fraternities and sororities. The fraternities and sororities was created and designed to do good within the community, in the world even. But you have a bunch of Luciferians, weak-minded clowns and idiots that weasel their way into these fraternities. And now it's no longer we take a good man and make him better. It's we take a good man and try to remove him off the scene so we could sleep with his wife and steal his purse. And we take a good man and attempt to sacrifice him for life insurance fraud, life insurance schemes. We take a good man and try to remove them out the way and destiny swap and energy harvest if they have better gifts that we perceive to be better spiritual gifts, or a better divine path, because we're hating ass, weak-minded, jealous devils on the sideline that don't want to invest in our own gifts and abilities. We wanna sleep with the people they slept with, their children's mother or their children's father, just because, out of spite, because they was connected to them at one time. So you got your so-called brethren and sisters, bunch of sellouts and clowns, traitors, that go out of their way, as weak-minded clowns that they are, hide behind the scenes as cowards, because they know for the most part they will never step to you and do anything crazy or say anything crazy. They know that for a fact, right? And then they do cowardly stuff behind the scenes in order to feel good about themselves that they got one over on you. And you looking at them like they weak-minded clowns. And it's like, man, whatever you think or feel that you got over on me, guess what? It don't affect me the way you think it do. It just shows and reveals to me who you are and what I already felt and knew about you from day one, dummy. I already felt and knew, but it took time for you to prove it. It took time for you to display it. It took time for you to show what I already knew about you in the first place. So that just teaches me, don't ignore your intuition. Don't ignore your discernment. Don't ignore following your heart. Don't listen to clowns and cowards and bullies around you who intentionally give bad advice. Actors and pretenders, bad actors. Nah, listen to your heart. Don't ever doubt yourself. You're on point. What you have within you is special, it's divine. It's not going to steer you wrong. Listen to your first mind. Listen to your inner voice. Listen to your first voice and go with it. You'll never go wrong. But if you ignore it, that's when you get off track. That's when you make mistakes. That's when you make costly mistakes. When you ignore that intuition and you go the wrong way, and you allow insecurities to kick in and negative projections projected upon you from outside sources and clowns. And you start coming up with insecurities and excuses and reasons why you're unequally yoked, or their culture is demonic and that is not my culture, or they got culture within their culture that is gone, and you just keep going and going and going, instead of just saying spirit team, spirit guides, beloved angels and ancestors, heavenly father, whomever on in your spirit team, head spirits, whomever. Is this person legit or fake? Are they truly a divine being? Are they authentic? Are they on the right path? Are they misguiding and misleading? Are they making stuff up? Are they a quack? Are they cuckoo, etc.? You'll get your answers. How have you been getting your answers? You'll get your answers. See, the bottom line is communication. Communication. Chosen ones, divine beings, is scary, yo. But it's a good job. Y'all starting to support each other. That's the first step. The next step, open communication and dialogue, forming forming soul tribe connections with one another, free and clear of these narcissistic sociopaths, and learning how to tell the difference because they are in the mix too, intentionally right there trying to weasel their way in to be part of Soul Tribe. Many of them are on your platform supporting you, and that's cool. Let them send you a few dollars. Let them support your channel. Many of them weasel their way to be your moderators. But learn how to draw the line and tell the difference that you have narcissistic sociopaths, and deal with them how you need to deal with them, cordially, professionally, you know, keep receiving the assistance and help. But when they try to be slick and cross the line and reveal their true self and their true colors, and all of a sudden they want to date you and take you out and do business and all of this stuff, that's when you need to draw the line and go within and connect with your spirit team and say, they trying to pull me in. They trying to entrap me. They trying to show their true colors. They think because they've been contributing and giving a few dollars that's enough to trick me and have me all gullible and dumb and going the wrong way and getting pulled off track. Remember, they always use something tangible and material to pull you off track. Dangle a shiny carrot in front of you, an illusion to pull you off track. And they play the long game. They do it long enough. They hang in there to where enough time goes by. Oh, you know me. I've been a supporter for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. You know me. These devils intentionally play the long game, yo. These narcissistic sociopath criminal networks and organizations play the long game. They wear the mask for as long as they need to wear the mask, but they always show their hand and reveal who they are. You just got to be patient and watch them and listen to them and see what they say and see how they try to fix it and clean it up. They play the long game. They try to wear the mask for as long as they could wear the mask, y'all. But that was the whole point of this entire video, was that there's so many of these people in society that if this is what's here now, if these people are this comfortable selling their soul, we truly have to face the reality that unless we're willing to come together and build and create something new, you're going to be trapped amongst these devils, sellouts, weak-minded clowns. And yes, people grow and change and do all of that stuff, but are you going to sit around waiting? Or are you going to focus on removing yourself from these environments, removing yourself from having to figure out, are you dealing with a narcissistic sociopath? Are you setting yourself up for failure? Or are you going to link and connect with your soul tribe and begin to build and create instead of making excuses for those who are still on the outside? What are you going to do? Keep, as soon as you're presented, the divine say you're up next for a divine union, high level soul contract. Oh, everybody's not perfect or bad. Everybody remembers how it was like when you're, oh man, now you scared, you going backward. As soon as love is presented, all your trauma is sparked and charged up, and now you making excuses and going backwards, and now you ready to run back to toxic relationships and ways of thinking and acting and hiding. Now it's triggering something. Now the reality of, oh, maybe you're not 1,000% who you're presenting yourself to be. Oh, okay. You got some other stuff going on behind the scenes that I guess you're working through and trying to figure out. Okay, no problem. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. But what do you think and what do you say as divine planning unfolds and things become more strenuous, the pace and the heat picks up? Do we have time to bullshit, play around, make excuses, waste time? Or do we have to snap to it? Do we believe that time is coming? Do we believe that time is going to be very real and very tangible? Because listen, when these beings reveal themselves and when these beings say, get to such and such location, you got this amount of time to do it. When these beings say, if you're really serious about, us picking you up and taking you home, get to such and such location, work together, make it happen, work together. But set aside your pride, your ego, set aside arguing and debating, and put the work in and work together. See, y'all think these beings is coming and it's all about comfortability, and you're going to get a scheduled phone call or email or text. Hey, loved ones, the angels are on the way. Please be at such and such gymnasium, 6 o'clock or 3 p.m. on Tuesday. No, y'all going to have to decide with all the craziness going on in the world, all the weak-minded sellouts, clowns going on. Yo, are we going to start to come together, see each other's value and worth, see each other's light, begin to build and create together? Or are we going to be clowns and cowards too and fall off? And eventually, somebody else is going to have to step up, and we're going to have to release that one to release you. And we don't want to release you because you're so gifted and talented and beautiful inside and out. We don't want to have to release you. But if you're going to cower and make a bunch of excuses and argue and debate, and who is you think you is, and all of that stuff, then, hey, just like these supreme beings and master teachers said, we're going to have to leave you behind because you're not ready and you're not willing to stay up and keep up, because things change all the time. Those who believe they have a covenant don't really have a covenant. Those who had a covenant may have lost the covenant because of all the corruption and the lies and the inability to correct their actions and all the disillusion and all of the theft and all of the fraud and all of the diabolical, atrocious, wicked, and evil deeds that take place in certain organizations and institutions, fraternities, etc. Those who may have had some type of covenant and connection with the divine just may not have it anymore. In fact, I know they don't. Okay. But hey, that's not for me to, I don't even want to, it is what it is. I just know that things shift and change all the time based on the mentality of the people. And that's not to say that if certain groups, institutions, organizations, or fraternities lose the covenant overall, that there still aren't beloved souls, or worthy souls that are worth saving, that may still be intertwined and intermingled with said organizations, institutions, or fraternities. There may still be innocent souls or beloved souls that still recognize as being worthy to be saved. However, it is going to be up to them to remove themselves from the fabric of the corruption, the lies, the cowardice that they have settled for and turned a blind eye to. But other than that, that's something totally different that I actually been conversing with the divine about. But that's something different from the message I want to talk about now. But anyway, yeah, man, it's just to see what I see every day with these people walking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and the amount of number and how they try to be so inconspicuous and normal in the community, and they all a part of the same group of sellouts and clowns. It's incredible to see, y'all. It's indescribable. And all I'm telling you is, we need to create and build our own, free of unhealthy ego and arrogance and pride. Get in where we fit in, work together, utilize whatever skills and talents we have to create and build anew for ourselves, and have a foolproof system in place to weed out all these narcissistic devils and sociopaths that are trying to weasel their way in. Many of them are trying to impregnate you and get into a relationship with you now before you come together with your actual soul tribe, so they could get grandfathered in, and so you could be like, well, we're a package You know, this is my spouse. We met last summer. Oh, you met last summer. Oh, how long y'all been talking? Oh, we met online. It was a moderator. Oh, you met online. He's a moderator. And already y'all start having sex. And I ask you not to jump into these relationships because these are narcissistic sociopaths. It's not your true person. Please come together with your soul tribe first. Think soul tribe before you do anything. Soul tribe, soul tribe, soul tribe, soul tribe. Remain in alignment with the divine, with your divine path. And y'all like, I don't know, Earth Angel Rob, you know, he putting that pressure and he talking kind of crazy. I think I'm gonna just date one of my moderators. I think I'm gonna just link up with the dude at the farmer's market. Meanwhile, that motherfucker been scouting you the whole time. That's he belonged to a goddamn cult. And then maybe, you know, maybe they not necessarily or not. Maybe they're a decent person. Maybe you got with a decent person, but it's still not your person. It's still not the relationship that the divine got for you. Had you held off and remained patient and come together with your soul tribe, so many beautiful things will happen and transpire once you get with your soul tribe. Y'all just don't understand what I'm trying to tell you, but it's okay. All right.